If you are a creator, coach, or info product owner and you've been posting videos on YouTube but haven't seen any results so far, just know that you're not alone. And no, it's not because your content is bad, it's because your strategy is broken. You see, most people think that personal brand is just putting yourself out there. But let's be honest, you can post every single day and still struggle because consistency without a proper plan and clarity leads to burnout. And today I'm going to show you exactly how to fix that. Now, this video isn't some little tips or some hacks that you can use with your content. It's literally a system, a smart, intentional machine that turns your ideas, your expertise, and your story into a long-term leverage. Now, over the past few years, I've worked with creators, coaches, and info product business owners turn YouTube into their #1 lead generation machine. We've worked with brands doing $10K a month all the way up to $500,000 a month with YouTube alone. And the one thing who separates business owners who scale from the ones who stall is not their charisma, it's not editing, it's their strategy. So if you're selling digital products, coaching one-to-many or one-to-one, or maybe even a course, and you're using YouTube as your primary growth engine, this framework will change how you look at content forever. Now, most people think of personal brand as their content output, your uploading schedule, your editing style, your aesthetics, and your vibe. But your brand is not what you post, it's how people perceive you when you're not in the room. It's the feeling that your audience gets when they stumble upon your YouTube channel. A personal brand isn't a facade, it's a framework. And if you want to drive business results, you have to engineer with intention. Think of your brand as a bridge. On one side, your story, your skills, and your mission. On the other side of that bridge, you have your ideal buyer, someone with a specific pain point searching for a solution. And your brand, that's the bridge that gets them across. Your content is what paves that bridge. But the strategy, the mission, and the alignment, that's what makes them walk across it. If you build a bridge with the bricks made of buzzwords, gimmicks, and shallow content, no one crosses. If you build it with empathy, expertise, and real transformation, they would walk across without any hesitation. Now, let me tell you something that might make you a bit uncomfortable. Most info product creators are stuck in a loop. They're creating content every week, but they're not seeing any ROI. And it's because they're playing a YouTube game without a business lens. They're chasing views instead of conversions. They're creating content that entertains but not educates and lead people to the offer. They are focused on the thumbnails and the intros, but not positioning that content for the buyer psychology. So here's a quick test that you can do. Watch your last 5 videos and ask, does this content pre-frame someone to buy my product? If the answer is no, you're leaking attention. You're not building a pipeline, you're basically building a vanity platform. Now, every successful personal brand I've seen, and especially in the info product space, has 3 core layers. The first layer is identity. This is where it all starts, not just your niche, not your logo, but basically your point of view. What do you believe? What do you challenge? What do you stand against? The most magnetic brands are polarizing, not for the sake of being loud, but because they have a clear lens from which they see the world. Now, for example, if you teach creators how to build a business, your identity might not be rooted in the belief that content first model is broken and that system and PT hustle win. Your identity anchors your messaging. And in a really noisy market, clarity beats creativity. Now, the second layer is your audience. Your audience is not people who want to grow. Your audience is a specific person with a specific pain point and a specific level of awareness. The better you define this, the easier your content becomes. You know what problems to solve, what language to use, and stories that you have to tell. Stop guessing and you start connecting with people. Now, layer number 3 is execution. Execution is how you bring identity and audience to life. It's your format, your cadence, and your content system. And this is where most people burn out, because they're operating on inspiration instead of infrastructure. But with systems in place, batching, scripting frameworks, production flows, you build consistency without the chaos. And that's when your brand becomes more scalable. Now, let's talk a bit about the strategy part. There are 3 types of content and you need all of them. First one is attract content, and this basically brings new people in. Viral topics, pain point hooks, and of course, beginner breakdowns. Second one is nurture content, and this basically is to serve existing people that are within your audience. Behind the scenes, belief-shifting content, stories, and so on and so forth. Third one is conversion content, and this is basically just to move somebody to take the action. Like case studies, testimonials, like webinars, maybe even like off-the-cuff coaching call. It could be a YouTube ESL as well that is engineered to sell, and there are so many formats that you can implement to drive people to take action. Now, if you're not thinking in these categories, you're probably overposting without moving people to take the next step. And keep in mind that the viewer is not there just to watch your content. They're moving through a sequence of belief shifts. Your content is the vehicle, your offer is the destination, and you are the driver. Now let's put all of this together. Imagine every video that you make playing a bigger role in your content ecosystem. And that is the content flywheel. And it looks something like this. First, you attract a short, sharp video that speaks to a common pain point. Secondly, you engage. a deeper dive video that breaks down your frameworks or approach. And then thirdly, you convert, a soft pitch video that invites the viewer to take the next step. Basically, rinse and repeat. Over time, you're not just posting content, you're creating a system that brings in qualified leads, educates people before the sale, and converts them into customers who already trust you. And that is how real businesses use YouTube. Now, let's get a bit practical here. If you want to scale your personal brand without you becoming a content machine, you need systems. Here are 5 systems that I recommend for everybody selling info on YouTube. The first one is your content calendar. Plan your content with a clear goal and intent. The second one is scripting framework. Use proven formats to reduce friction. Third one is production workflow. Batch record, edit, and then schedule. Fourth one, and this is the one that I didn't really talk about in this video, is repurposing pipeline. Chop up each video into clips and posts. The core message stays the same, but you're basically meeting your audience where they currently are. And this is how you build omnipresence without overwhelm. And the fifth one is offer integration map. You need to know exactly when and where to make the offer. You don't need more content, you need better content, built from systems that free up your time. Now let me leave you with this. A personal brand isn't just a way to make money today, it's a long-term asset. It lets you launch faster, charge more, partner easier, and exit faster. It's the moat that protects your business, and the magnet that draws in opportunities that you'd never expect. So if you've been posting content and you feel like you've been spinning the wheels, this is literally your sign to zoom out, to step back and start building with a strategy. Now, if you want to see more of my content, I actually did an interview with my client who scaled his info product to $400,000 a month with YouTube. All the knowledge about YouTube and info is right here. You can go ahead and watch it, and I'll see you in the next one.